Everything you need to know before starting a successful dropshipping business in 2021 is in this video. Let's be honest, dropshipping is not the same as it was back in 2013, and as they said, the species that is able to adapt to a changing environment survives. Building bare bones websites, importing crappy images from AliExpress of fidget spinners, and spamming your customers with countdown timers and pop-ups just ain't gonna cut it anymore. So how exactly does one become successful in dropshipping these days? Let's start with the website. I see too many people build general stores with a bunch of random products and send people the homepage hoping they're going to buy. That's just not gonna work. We're not Amazon here. It lacks credibility and trust. You might have heard the term one product branded stores. This is the idea that you build a store around a single product and become the authority for that product. It makes the customer feel like they can't just jump over to Amazon and capitalize on cheaper prices and faster shipping. They think they can only get the product from your specific store, which increases your conversions and increases the perceived value, which is a fancy way of saying you can sell the products for more money. Imagine if the Apple iPhone wasn't the Apple iPhone. It was just a touchscreen, multi-application cellular device. Would you be willing to pay $1,000 for that? Probably not. That's branding and perceived value to a T. Now the problem with one product stores is you can't test a lot of things very fast. You have to get a new domain, a new site, a new logo. You have to do all this stuff just to build a website that eventually might not work out. I've got a solution for you. It's a hybrid between a one product store and a general store. You'll still have a general store so you can test products, but you're going to build out your product pages using a page builder like Gem Pages. This allows you to create beautiful landing pages for each of your products that makes them seem like they're their own website. And by the way, this is not a promotion for them. I just use this in my own marketing efforts. This will give them more personality, authority, and credibility, as I just mentioned. But let's take this to the next level. As you begin making sales, you should be trying to private label these products. This means that you're able to put a logo on them and also have some custom packaging. Again, this allows for more legitimacy of your brand, and down the road, it makes it more sellable, which I've talked about this before, but you're able to actually sell these websites on a site like Flippa.com. By having it private labeled, you can actually sell your dropshipping sites for potentially 6 or 7 figures. We should back up for a second though, because finding a winning product is going to be the first step in this process. In fact, it's the most important step in my opinion. Without it, none of this other stuff really matters. I see too many beginners try to sell a low-end product that doesn't actually solve a problem. And while that's a problem, your product should have a utility, something that makes your customer's life easier or better in some way. That's why they buy the products online. For example, check out this paint edging tool. This went viral a couple years ago. As people know, painting can be a tedious job, and this works like magic to both save time and have a crazy result when it's all done. By having a product that solves a problem like this, people will tag friends and family who cannot live without it. Either the person that is tagged in the post will buy it, or in many cases, the tagger will buy it for them. The next thing I want to talk about is budget. How much money do you need to start? I cannot tell you how many times I get DMs about this or comments on my lives. The absolute minimum I would start dropshipping with is a couple $100. You're gonna pay $30 a month for the Shopify plan, and then around another $20 for the domain and email. But from there, you still have to market the product. You have to drive people to your website. And while there are a ton of different free organic ways to drive traffic to your website, that's not gonna be in the scope of this video. I'm gonna have more on that in the coming weeks, so make sure to subscribe so you do not miss out. What people also have to realize is that it might take a couple different products, a couple different websites for you to actually be successful. In my personal experience, I tested 8 products before I found a winning product. Now, I didn't know what I know now, and I've seen people that are able to get it on the first try, but chances are you're going to need to try a couple different things. So Kyle, how do we actually promote these products? As I said, I will talk about some organic methods in coming videos, but the bread and butter to dropshipping is through paid traffic. I'm talking about Facebook, I'm talking about Instagram, I'm talking about Google ads, Pinterest ads, Snapchat ads, and TikTok ads, just to name a few. And when you're advertising on these platforms, you have to be cognizant of who's hanging out on those platforms. For instance, if I'm on TikTok, it's generally going to skew a little bit younger, so certain products might work there, but those products might not work on Pinterest, where it's 80% women who are above the age of 30. Unfortunately, ads are getting more expensive by the day as more brands and products are jumping on to e-commerce as it's the new world order. This puts pressure on you increasing your conversion rates to make sure you're still profitable. I see too many people focus on impulse purchases, which means that they're going to be selling cheap products because it's easier to sell those with just one touch. In reality, a lot of the selling actually happens after the first touch with your brand or product. By harnessing the power of SMS marketing and email marketing, you can take your margins, your profit margin, from 5 to 10% to 30 to 40%. I hear too many people complain about the margins in dropshipping. That's because they don't understand this concept. Luckily for you, you stumbled across this video and I'm gonna turn you into a conversion machine. Just make sure you subscribe right now. The next complaint I get about dropshipping is long shipping times. We live in an immediate world thanks to Netflix, McDonald's, and Amazon. We want our stuff and we want it now. So how do you compete? Simple. By working with 3PLs or third-party logistics companies, these companies store your products closer to your customers and handle all the shipping for you. By shipping faster, you have less chargebacks and more satisfied customers, which translates into repeat purchases and positive word of mouth about your products. I will include a link to a video talking about 3PLs and how you can achieve 3 to 5 day shipping. That's gonna be down in the description below. But let's talk about one last important thing about dropshipping that's gonna make or break you in this space. So please pay attention carefully. 99% of people fail in dropshipping. It's not because they're less naturally skilled. I mean, we're not out here trying to be a professional basketball player. Anybody and everybody can become successful in dropshipping if they approach it this way. Curiosity. Being naturally curious about the process. Continuing to learn and grow in the space. When something doesn't work, you need to find answers. Check YouTube, check data, reverse engineer what happened, and find a solution. Dropshipping is a process. A quote that it stuck with me for so long that I learned, probably 8 years ago is, the people who experiment the most win. Well, 99% of people give up after their first or maybe second failure. You're gonna be the 1% that keeps pushing on and sees the golden ticket at the end of the road. And I know you can. I don't know anything about you, but I guarantee you that I'm not a special person that became successful. I was just able to push past a little bit more BS than the next person. They say that everybody wants to be a Navy SEAL at happy hour on a Friday, but nobody wants to be a Navy SEAL on Monday when the work happens. You've probably seen dropshippers traveling the world from their laptop and taking pictures in exotic places and posting it to their Instagram. The truth is, it can become that, but it didn't begin like that. Everybody has a story. What's yours gonna be? I get asked what my motivation is and how I continue to stay motivated all the time. And if you haven't heard the talk by Simon Sinek called Start With Why, I highly recommend you check it out. The truth is, motivation is fleeting. You might watch this and feel inspired to start a business, but eventually in a couple days that inspiration is gonna wear off. Then you have to go find another motivational talk to inspire you to move to the next level, and it's this constant roller coaster that you have to go through. By finding your why, you will always have a driver to push you through those barriers. My why was I did not want to work in corporate anymore, and down to my core, I was sick of being broke and not being able to cover bills. This will keep you going when times are tough, times when you are tired, and times when you feel like it's not worth it anymore. You have to have a reason. That's what keeps you hungry. I just want to say one more thing on that. When I was 23, 24, I was living in affordable housing down there. There's a little brown building, and I didn't know what my escape was, but I had new people in this building that I live in now. This was years ago. I was 23, 24, I'm 30 now. And every time I came here, I just thought to myself, God, I gotta have that. I have to have that. And so stuff like that always stood in the back of my head, and the reason that I never gave up. Now, back then that was even before dropshipping, but the only thing that kept me going was that and the belief in myself to make it happen. And I knew I wasn't special. In fact, most people that are doing things out there are not special people. They're just like you and me. They were just able to push on and believe in themselves to their core that they can make it happen. And even if you don't believe in yourself, just fake it until you make it, okay? Or what does Amy Cuddy say? Fake it until you become it. And so the point of this is that I was able to get this. It took me so many years later to get it, but I got it. So if you put the effort in, you focus in, you dream, you're gonna make and take whatever you want in this life. I want you to comment down below what your why is right now. The last thing I wanna leave you on is that this misconception about you need to do this full time. You don't. I was in a 9-to-5 while I was building this business. With dropshipping, consistency is key. I'd put in an hour on average every single night, either watching YouTube videos, researching products, building your store, doing all the things it takes to build this. Just spend an hour a night on average dedicated to being successful in this space. Just be consistent and watch your skills and success develop over time. I believe in you. You just need to believe in you. Check the playlist out below if you want to learn step-by-step tutorials on how to build this from scratch into a 7-figure business like I did. As always, drop a big like on it, drop #winner down below, and until next time, peace.